Hello students, today we will discuss a question that came in the accounts exam held by the Assam Higher Secondary Education Council. The question that we have here is, from the following information, prepare an analytical petty cash book for the week ending on 7th April 2023. So it is asked, the question is asked or it is asked to prepare a petty cash book. Before going to the answers, we will know what is a petty cash book. So a petty cash book is a cash book that is prepared by the cashier himself, and it is prepared for all those minor transactions, for example, payment for postage, carriage, coolie charges, postage and stamps, or buying stationery for the offices. So all those expenses that are done in the daily expenses that are carried on in the office that are recorded under the petty cash book. So it is mostly prepared by the cashier himself. So the information that is given to us is, again, remember, petty cash book, the balance of the petty cash book are ascertained weekly. So we have been given the information for a whole week, the transactions made in the whole week. On 1st April 2023, we have the information balance of cash in hand with the petty cashier is rupees 1000. So the opening balance of the petty cash book here will be rupees 1000. Then we have paid for postage is rupees 250, paid for carriage is rupees 210, paid from head cashier is it is received from head cashier. That means the petty cashier receives money from the head cashier so that the expenses can be made without any problem. So it is the money received from the head cashier. Then we have paid for coolie charges, that is 170, bought postage and stamps rupees 230, paid for bus fare for office peon rupees 180, received from head cashier rupees 800, paid for carriage rupees 820, paid for taxi hire charges for manager rupees 770, paid for cleaning washroom 400, paid for printing stationery rupees 220. As we can see, these are all the expenses that are made in a office in a daily basis. Again, these expenses are in the petty cash book. These expenses are divided, for example, under different heads, and we will see that in our answer. So this is the question. So these are all the expenses made and that are recorded in the petty cash book by the petty cashier. So this is the format of a petty cash book. Because we do not have the name of the organization, we will mention it in the books of, we can write XYZ or ABC, whatever, XYZ, and we mention the name of the account, that is petty cash book. So a petty cash book looks like this. It will have a receipt column because money is received from the head cashier. It will have a date column, a particulars column, total. Again, all those expenses are in the petty cash book. All those expenses are divided under these heads. Postage and telegram means all post, stamp and telegram when it is bought in the office, all those are mentioned under here. Carriage. So again, when goods are sent or bought, those expenses come under carriage. Conveyance means when these are the traveling expenses or the fare, bus fare, auto fare, all those fares will come under conveyance. And office expenses and all the other different office expenses like buying books or buying stationery, it will come under office expenses. And miscellaneous expenses and all other type of expenses will be mentioned under the miscellaneous column. So as in our question, on 1st April, the opening balance of the petty cash book was rupees 1000. So we mention it here on the receipt side because it is the opening balance. Again, on 2nd April, payment was paid for postage, and that will come under postage and telegram, that is rupees 240. Again, on 2nd April, for carriage, an amount was paid, that is rupees 210. Again, that will be recorded under the carriage column. Again, on 3rd April, money was received from the head cashier, so that received amount will be recorded in the receipt column. Then again on 4th April, paid to coolie charges, and coolie charges will come under the miscellaneous expenses. Then bought postage again on 4th April, postage was bought again, that will come under postage and telegram, that is 230. Again paid for bus fare for office, that will come under conveyance column. So this is the first part of the petty cash book. Now we move to the second part. In the second part again on 5th April received again another amount of money, that is 800 was received from the head cashier, so we put that in the receipt column. On 5th April paid for carriage was rupees 820, so that will come under this column. Then paid for taxi hire charges, that will come under again conveyance section, that is 770. On 6th April paid for cleaning washroom, that will come under the miscellaneous section, because there is no mention of any such cleaning work here. Then paid for printing stationery will come under office expenses. And at the end, what do we do? Because petty cash book is maintained weekly, so the end of the week will be 7 April here. So at the end we will ascertain the balance. So when we add the receipt column this side, the total of receipt column, that is 1000 plus 1800 plus 800, the total will become 3600 here. The total will become 3600 here. So again, in every kind of account we will write the total in both sides. So this side also we will write 3600. Now what we will do, add from previous one. If we add the postage and telegram, we get a total of rupees 470, the amount. In carriage we get a total of rupees 1030. For conveyance we get a total of rupees 950, and for office expenses we get a total of 220, and for miscellaneous we get a total of rupees 570. So when we add these, that is 470 plus 1030 plus 950 plus 220 and rupees 570, what do we get? 15. 6, 15, 16, 17. We get a total of 3240. We get a total of, so when we add this, that is 4700, 1030, 950, 220 and 570, we get a total of 3240. That is 3240 is the total expenditure made on all these things. But we do not write this total expenditure, we ascertain the balance amount left after receiving the amount. So we have the petty cashier will have a rupees of 3600. The total receipt is 3600. When we deduct that is 3240 from this amount, we get an amount 360, which becomes the balance of the petty cash book at the end of the week. So this is the answer of this question. This is a petty cash book where we have divided all those expenses accordingly, and we have put it here, and we have calculated all the total expenses, and we have deducted this total expenditure from the amount received or in hand with the petty cashier. Then we get the balance.